Okay, well today we're going to talk about scatter plots and trend lines. Okay, so the objective is to write an equation of a trend line and of a best fit line, to use a trend line and a line of best fit to make predictions. Okay, there is no academic standard for this one in particular. Okay, so first off, scatter plot is a set of coordinate data plotted on a graph. So basically, it's exactly what the name of it is. It's a bunch of plots scattered across a graph. Okay, a correlation is the relationship a scatter plot has. In reference, it's really like the slope. Does it have positive or negative slope? Okay, so first we're going to look at making a scatter plot. The table shows the altitude of an airplane and the temperature outside the plane. So what we're going to do is we're going to plot this data. So first we're going to start with 0 and 59. So we're going to go up here at about 59. Okay, again, you need to have graph paper for this because mine's, you can tell, it's not going to be very accurate in how we work this. Okay, so we go up to 500 meters and we're at 59.2. So it's a little bit higher. It's going to be hard to represent that, such a small change. 1,000 is going to be up at 61. Now we can put that up a little higher to represent that. 1,500 is going to be at 55.5. So we're right in between there. 2,000 is at 41.6. 25 is at 29.8. So it's going to be right about 30. 3,000 at 29.9. Again, not really much of a difference there. 3,500 is going to be 18.1. 4,000 is going to be at 26.2. So let's see, 26.2 right in between there. Okay, 4,500 is at 12.4. So we're going to be down there. And then 5,000 is going to be at 0.6. So it's right in between there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about, what type of relationship does this one have. So a correlation meaning like it's a positive slope, negative slope, or really no slope. There's really no correlation. This one would have a negative. Now, how would we know it's a negative correlation? Well, when you look at it from left to right, it is kind of sweeping downward. And if we were to put a line here, you can see how it's that line that would kind of represent that data is running downward as we go. So now we want to be able to describe that by visualizing that line go through. We will talk about it here in a little bit about how to make that line actually work. Right now we're just talking about scatter plots and describing the relationship. Okay, so again, it's going in a downward motion. That would be a negative relationship. Okay, so got it, number one. I want you to go ahead and plot this data and then describe its relationship. Okay, trend line, a line that represents the data to best of its ability, also known as a best fit line. Okay, so we use that best fit line and trend line really to be the same thing. Best fit line would just be more like this is a line that best fits the data. Trend line would be like, hey, this is a prediction equation, and we're able to make that. They're just kind of used in different situations. Okay, so problem number two, we're going to write an equation for this information. So it says, what is the approximate weight of a 7-month-old panda? Okay, so basically this is following a trend, and then we're going to figure out what the prediction is of a 7-month-old. So first we're going to go, hey, 1 month, 2.5 pounds. So put that right in there. 2 is 7, 7.6, which is somewhere in there. 3 is 12.5. So we're going to be up above 10, in between 15. 4 is 17, so it's going to be above 15 there. We skipped 5, we went over to 6 is 24, so it's just below 25 there. 7 we skipped, 8 we're at 37.9, so we go up to almost 40. 9, we skip 10, we're at 49.2. Okay, so we're up here. And then 12 is at 54, which is just about the last one we got there. Okay, so that is the data plotted. Now what we want to do is we want to find the trend line, okay, or the best fit line. So basically how this works is all you need to be able to do is plot this so that it fits the best way possible. Now you may think, well, that could be a lot of things, which you're right. It can't be down here. Obviously that doesn't make any sense to be way down there. Can't be up here. This doesn't make sense to be up there. So you want to get as many points as close to the line as possible. Okay, so as many points on the line or close to it as possible. So looking at this looks like about the best fit line for this data. And if you look, you'll see that, hey, there's a point right here that's crossing, and there's a point right here that's crossing. Okay, so that's the third point, which would be 312.5, and then it looks like the 12.54.9. So basically what we have now is we have our information. We can find our slope. So our slope we're going to find by taking 54.9 minus 12.5. We're going to put that over the 12 minus the 3. Okay, and we're going to get 0.42, so 42.4, and we're going to get that over, 9. So we have 42.4 over 9, which is going to give us approximately 4.7 as our slope. Okay, 4.7 as our slope. So now we just need to take one of those points and plug that in to point slope. So again, it's kind of just following that same method. So we say y minus 12.5 is equal to 4.7, and then x minus 3. So there would be our equation. I mean, that's good enough for an equation. If we want slope-intercept, we would simplify. Really, we don't care, but we want to know 7-month-old panda. So we're just going to take the 47, and we're going to plug in the 7 minus 3, and we're going to make it y minus 12.5, and we're going to solve. So 7 minus 3 is 4. Take 4.7 times that, and y minus 12.5. Okay, that's going to give us y minus 12.5 to equal 18.8. And we're going to add 12.5 to both sides, and we're going to get y equals 31.3 roughly. So 41.3 pounds is what this panda is going to weigh at 7 months. So we'll put 31.3 pounds. That would be our answer to that problem. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and plot down the scatter plot for this one, and then figure out what the body length, sorry, because we changed the story problem here, the length of a 7-month-old panda. So different data, different looking for our information. Okay, and that's it for this lesson. Again, you'll have a pre-quiz, and we'll talk more tomorrow.